seemed like a stable person.
That's how Melody Robinson describes Gloria Williams. Williams has 6 children, 4 boys and 2 girls, seen here in this photo. Everyone is blurred except Williams and little Kendrick Lee, who was found dead inside that West Harris County apartment Sunday after he was beaten to death last November. Williams is now charged with injury to a child by omission. Her boyfriend, Brian Coulter, is charged with 8-year-old Kendrick's murder.
She failed them as a mother. She should have protected those children.
Robinson is the biological grandmother of Williams' 13-year-old daughter and has had custody of her since she was 2.
We let her watch the news story, and then we allowed her to, express her, and she just broke down.
Robinson also recently received conservatorship of Williams' 17-year-old daughter.
The 17-year-old wanted to be with me, and so the mom didn't want her and told me just take her, and didn't want her back.
I was trying to forgive myself over this because I knew it was the right thing to let them go with their mother, but now, after all of this has happened, I just don't know what to say. I feel so bad about this whole thing.
Linda, who does not want to be identified, is the biological grandmother of the 7-year-old boy. He, his 15 and 10-year-old brothers had been living in deplorable conditions, abandoned for a year, living in the apartment with their brother's skeletal remains until the 15-year-old was brave enough to call for help on Sunday.
Soiled carpet, no furniture at all. No bedding, no blankets, nothing that we could see. And it appeared to have roaches and flies.
I do not believe that the 2 young boys were ever allowed to leave that apartment. There is some evidence that perhaps they were locked in, possibly different parts of the apartment.
And of course, the boys were found severely malnourished. The 10-year-old brother had such a severe injury to his jaw, he's now scheduled for surgery in the next few days. Deputies say they believe Coulter beat the little boy weeks ago, and he was never given any medical treatment. Now, investigators say they believe at least 2 of the boys are special needs, and relatives say the children have 4 dads. 2 are believed to be deceased, and 2 are incarcerated. Reporting live, I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
First tonight, a KHOU 11 News exclusive.
A jailhouse interview with the mother accused of abandoning her sons. Investigators say Gloria Williams failed to protect her boys and get them help despite her boyfriend allegedly beating one of them to death and continuing to abuse the others.
Tonight, she is apologizing. Grace White sat down with Williams at the Harris County Jail and joins us live with what she had to say. Grace?
Gloria Williams told me tonight she is sorry. There are no cameras allowed here inside the Harris County Jail, so we spoke separated by glass during visitation.
They are words from a 35-year-old mother charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence, a corpse. From inside the Harris County Jail, KHOU 11 News asked her what happened. Williams told us, "I'm sorry, I didn't do it." Her boyfriend, 32-year-old Brian Coulter, is charged with murder for the death of Williams' 8-year-old son, Kendrick Lee. The boy's remains were found inside the family's West Harris County apartment with his 3 other brothers, all abandoned. We asked Williams if she knew Lee was dead. She told us no. But according to court documents, investigators say the mom altered, destroyed, and concealed her son's body to get rid of evidence. When we asked Williams why she left the kids alone, she told us, "I checked on them every 2 weeks." But when we questioned her further, she didn't want to elaborate or provide any more answers.
I saw it on the news, but, I didn't think anything of it.
Melody Robinson is one of the paternal grandmothers. She says Williams has a total of 6 kids, ranging in age from 7 to 17. She has custody of one of them, a 13-year-old girl, who she first brought into her home at just 2 weeks old.
Mom was very unstable. She was sleeping on the floor at her grandmother's house with the babies. And so I just asked her to give her to me.
Robinson says she had no idea Kendrick was dead and the children were abandoned. She tells KHOU 11 she saw Williams in November. That's when another one of the children, a 17-year-old girl, wanted to come live with her because of Williams' boyfriend's behavior.
And she just got tired of, seeing him try to abuse her siblings, and when she stepped in to try to protect them, Mom put her out.
Investigators say this mom and boyfriend were actually arrested outside a public library where they were looking up news articles about this case. Meantime, a candlelight vigil is planned for that little 8-year-old boy this weekend. Lynn and Mia.
Story of what happened to 4 young brothers in a West Harris County apartment is horrific and heartbreaking. But it's important to understand what happened so everyone can recognize the signs and hopefully be able to rescue other children who are having to suffer the same nightmare in silence.
This case involves a man accused of beating his girlfriend's children, killing one of them, while the mother's accused of failing to protect her boys. Lauren Tallarico is asking the tough questions tonight about how these children could suffer for so long without anyone noticing.
You know, the more we learn about this investigation, the worse it gets. Tonight, we're about to give you an inside look into the lives of this mother and her boyfriend. But first, we have got to warn you, what you're about to hear is upsetting.
Getting high is not for everybody.
These videos and pictures you are seeing are from the public Instagram accounts of Gloria Williams and her boyfriend, Brian Coulter. Scrolling through, they showcase jewelry, food, and he talks about getting drunk or high repeatedly.
I smoke mad weed, I drink mad shit, man, look, I just do my fair share of things.
Today in court, as Gloria Williams stood before a judge, prosecutors said her son told investigators Coulter's drinking led to the abuse.
He stated when the co-defendant would drink beer and alcohol, he would get very strong.
Investigators with the Harris County Sheriff's Office say the boys were beaten, locked in rooms, and malnourished, forced to live alone in the same apartment with their 8-year-old brother's remains. Court documents say Coulter beat little Kendrick Lee to death in front of 2 of his brothers just before Thanksgiving last year.
Striking him in the face, feet, buttocks, back, his legs, and testicles with closed fists and feet. He stated his younger brother's eyes were black and that he stopped blinking during the assault.
On Sunday, the 15-year-old, seen blurred here, called 911 and this hell was discovered.
In my long time of working homicides, this one's up there. You know, this one affected us.
We saw soiled carpet, no furniture at all. No bedding, no blanket.
Sheriff Ed Gonzalez also says the apartment was infested with bugs and the 10-year-old had a broken jaw from about 3 weeks ago that he needs surgery to correct. Investigators also believe that 2 of the boys are on the autism spectrum. As for why the teen waited so long to call 911,
I believe it was absolute fear.
investigators say the mother would drop off junk food. Neighbors say they too would provide food but had no idea what was going on inside. Alief ISD confirms the kids hadn't been in school since May of last year, and there were no CPS investigations open, according to the agency, although they had a history with the family. These kids slipped through the safety nets.
And what we know is that they work well for some, but they're not intended for all.
Allie Jacobs is the director of counseling at the Houston Area Women's Center.
What do we need to do to make sure that no other children suffer this way?
What typically happens is kind of this bystander effect, that someone thinks that someone else is going to do something. Don't rely on someone else to do the checking or do the action.
And also ask questions.
Serving meals is helpful, but also like, when was the last time you ate? Like, who's feeding you on a regular basis?
Tonight, those 3 children are in foster care. Investigators say they will play a huge role in this murder case.
My hope and prayer, and I'm sure that the community shares, is that these kids find the love, support, and care that they deserve and need.
The boyfriend in this case is charged with murder. His bond was set at $1 million. The mother is facing several charges, including tampering with evidence. Her bond was set at $900,000. We're told charges could be added. Reporting from West Harris County, I'm Lauren Tallarico.